Ladies and gentlemen, today is essentially the third episode of this series where I'm going through each team's ratings prediction, and now is Arsenal, a team that I'm not very fond of, mainly because of their fan base and the fact that I have two friends who are Arsenal fans. If you haven't seen the other two, we've done Man City and Bayern. We're just going through what I think will be the top 20 ratings on FC26. I hope you like the graphic. It's very basic, but it's better than what I used to do. So to kick things off at number 20, we have got Ethan Nwaneri. I think he's proven he can be a starter for probably mid-table Premier League teams this season. The kid's got a lot of potential. I just think 77's fair because he's not quite hit the 80 bracket. He didn't start enough games, but I think EA are going to look at him and go, he has to be gold, and they're not going to go the bare minimum 75. I think he already has finesse shot and technical on career mode. I'm not sure if he has that on Ultimate Team, probably not. But yeah, big upgrade for him. And then at number 19, I've gone for Noni Madueke. 4-star, 2-star is a little bit of a shame. The card would be far better if his weak foot was better. Duh. But I think if high-paced winger, he'll be good early game, like the first couple of days. I think he deserves a +2. He had his ups and downs last season, but overall, I think he had a solid season with Chelsea. And then at number 18, I'm not going to lie, I didn't really know a crazy amount about Mosquera. I just looked at some of his stats and made my mind up based on that. A +3 for the lad. But to be fair, decent stats for a starter centre-back. Anticipating long ball's good, although playstyles are apparently a little bit nerfed, which is good in my opinion. Should help cards last longer in their game cycle. But yeah, a centre-back with nearly 80 pace, 81 defending, 80 physical, he'll do you a job. And then at number 17, I've gone for Miles Lewis-Skelly, and why is there a white line on the side? That's annoyed me. I've probably been quite generous with this upgrade, but this kid is very, very talented. I think he is definitely going to be one of the best left backs in the world in the future. So I've given him all the way up to 80. Maybe EA will only go up to 78, 77, similar to what I had with Nwaneri. But I think Lewis Skelly's a far better player. I guess maybe the heights a left back can possibly reach. Not as high as an attacking mid can, so I guess that's why maybe the ratings will differ. But he has to be close to 80 rated in my opinion. I think he's better than Calafiori. I guess it's more of a tactical decision to play Calafiori, especially if someone like Eze is going to come in, who's going to invert a lot more. Lewis Skelly is not the person to bomb down the line. He also prefers to come inside. Pause. I guess that's because he started out as a midfielder, but he'll be an okay option. He'll probably have midfielder as another position. Pace is a little bit low, but I like the play styles on him, and I reckon he will have those play styles. At least bruiser and press proven. He has to have those two, maybe not rapid. And then next up is Gabriel Martinelli. Could have been a -2. It's just a simple -1 for me, and I got rid of his technical because, yeah, he is not at his best anymore. Maybe he could have gone down to 80 even, but I thought we'll just do a -1 to be generous. And then I've been generous again. Gabriel Jesus, I have kept the same. Didn't play enough. Is he a good Prem starter striker these days? I don't know. The dribbling's good. The pace is okay. And at number 14 is Ben White. He just didn't play enough last season, so he gets a -1 for me. An average right back card, really. And then at number 13 is Kai Havertz, a man who at times is incredibly hated, and then at times is weirdly loved. I think this guy does add value to the Arsenal squad. Is that in the number 9 role? A sole striker? I don't necessarily know. I've changed his playstyles out because he had technical. I don't necessarily think that he deserves it that much. Maybe just for his height, he's technical, but I thought I'd get rid of that and give him tiki-taka because what his best strength is, in my opinion, is the build-up play. And I think tiki-taka helps with that the most. Again, though, probably not going to be usable on FIFA. But at number 12 is a guy who is sort of a hidden gem on the game. Leandro Trossard, I've kept him the same rating. He was just average last season, not enough to warrant a downgrade. But 5-star weak foot, he'll be able to play up top as well. Trossard's a weird one for me because there was that period at Arsenal where he was so incredibly good off the bench. But then when he'd start, he'd do fuck all. So I don't know where he fits into this Arsenal team. I guess it is still just off the bench, especially with Eze coming in as well now. Speaking of, Eze at number 11. I, for some reason, just can't imagine EA giving Eze an 84. But now that he's at Arsenal, I think they're going to go a bit further with his rating, because I think maybe when you move to a big club, they're more inclined to give you a higher rating. If Eze has these stats, which I think he will, because I've actually only given him a +2 on the shooting. He already had 81 shooting, so I haven't given him a crazy shooting boost. I've given him +2s and +3s, I'm pretty sure. So this is a realistic card in my opinion. And the playstyles are the same. All I've done is upgrade base technical to technical plus because I think he deserves it. I am actually looking forward to using this card on the game, and I'm a bit worried because this is a signing that could get Arsenal over the line. Liverpool look a bit shaky, but they're still grinding out results. So is that a bit of luck that they're hanging on by the skin of their teeth, or are they showing that champions win even when they're at their worst? This signing for Arsenal will help out on the left so much for them and add depth for Odegaard when they realise he's low-key better than Odegaard. I don't know, he actually might be better than Odegaard. Deadass. Odegaard fall-off needs to be studied. Anyway, that's very harsh. We'll move on to number 10 now, and I've gone for Martin Zubimendi. Again, don't know the craziest about him. I didn't watch a lot of Sociedad games. When I watch La Liga, I only really watch Madrid and Barca because Barca, Hansi Flick. I gotta respect Hansi Flick for God's sake. And then Madrid, there's just so many players I'm interested in seeing how they do. But I think we even saw when he stepped in for Rodri at the Euros, there was not that much of a noticeable difference. Again, that's because Spain have an absolute super team, especially in midfield. But I think Zubimendi all the way up to 84 is fair. I don't think he can quite break that 85 threshold. Apart from the pace, I really like this card's playstyles. I reckon that is what he will have, but maybe a little bit too low for physicality to actually start at DM for anyone. Maybe not the greatest starter card. And at number 9 is a guy who I think will be a good starter card in Jurrien Timber, 84 rated. I really rate this guy, and I am an Arsenal hater. I'll admit it. I said it at the start. I'll say it again. I'm not ashamed to admit it. So giving a +5 for a guy who many people probably wouldn't is crazy. But I think Jurrien Timber right now that Trent's gone, I think he's the best right back in the Premier League. Because Frimpong, I think, is a better player. But as just playing as proper right back, not a wing back, I'd prefer Timber in my team. He's better defensively, he's stronger. That's all that really makes me prefer him at right back. He's also very good at coming into the midfield as well. I wonder if we'll see that a lot for Arsenal this season. But why I think he's going to be very usable is because he's not going to have midfield as a secondary position, which would be good with those play styles, intercept and press proven. I think he'll have centre back, and he's 80 pace at centre back, 84 defending, good passing, dribbling. I think that's all you need for a centre-back. Watch my Man City video as well. For Josko Gvardiol, it's a similar thing, except the passing and dribbling, I think, was even higher. I could see those two as like a disgusting little combo at centre-back, sort of bringing back the full-backs at centre-back. Remember when we had Mendy at centre-back, Kyle Walker at centre-back, all that sort of thing. But now they've just got it as an alternate position, so they're going to be even better on full chem. But number 8 is Mikel Merino. I don't really think this guy's that great as a midfielder, but the fact that he came in at striker and scored a few goals, he doesn't deserve a downgrade. All I've done, put the pace down and put the shooting up, because he looks like he moves in slow motion a little bit. To be fair, if you get a shadow on him or a hunter on him, the other stats might make him good enough to play in centre mid for you early doors. And at number 7 is David Raya. I think an 86 rating is fair for him. Honestly, could go up to 87, but 86 is what I'll keep him at. I didn't give him a playstyle plus. Honestly, that was just because with goalkeepers, you'll be able to tell throughout this series. I don't care about anything other than the rating, really. The playstyles don't bother me. See, like, for example, I even forgot to put Kepa in this video because he's going to be higher than 77 rated, but who cares? Yeah, David Raya, 86 rated. It's a goalkeeper. Not much more to be said. And now, Victor Gyökeres. People will probably be saying this rating's harsh. He scored 103 quadrillion goals in the Portuguese league. I'm not here to say the Portuguese league is a farmers league. I've not seen anyone from the Portuguese league be 86 rated. And I'm going based off the logic that if he stayed at Sporting, he wouldn't have gone to 87. So I've kept him at 86. I know with Eze, I kind of defied that logic because would he have gone to 84 if he stayed at Palace? Maybe, actually, because Palace were good last season. But Victor Gyökeres, we saw in that game against Leeds where he cut in and shot on his right foot, the damage he can do. But how many goals will he hit in the Premier League this season? I think he could hit 20. Not 20 on the dot. I think he could hit more than 20 and be in the race for Golden Boot. Clearly is going to be taking penalties as well, at least when Saka's not on. And I've given him low driven just because I didn't really know what playstyle to give him. I should have given him aerial, at least as a base playstyle, but whoops. Low driven's just there because it's such a versatile playstyle on the next game. It looks like you can do finesse low drivens, power shot low drivens, chip shot low drivens. No, you can't do chip shot low drivens, but every single sort of low driven you can do, which I think is probably what will suit Gyökeres the best, being able to score a large range of goals with his playstyle plus. And at number 5 is Declan Rice. I actually should have given him 88 rated, but the only reason I've kept him at 87 is because his stats do not deserve to go higher for defending and physical. The only things I upgraded were pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, and I think maybe physical, actually. Okay, so fair enough. I didn't upgrade anything apart from defending. And they're not high enough to warrant 88 rating. I mean, look at that. If that card was 85 rated, you wouldn't be surprised. And no, I haven't just given him dead ball for those free kicks against Madrid, although that does play a bit of a part in it. His deliveries on set pieces are one of the best in the world right now, so I think he does deserve it. Like I said, Rice could easily be an 88 rated player, but the stats just don't match up. I think with those play styles, though, I actually think he'll be really, really good on the game. And then at number 4 is Bukayo Saka. I think 88 rating, let's meet in the middle, a +1 on last year. Didn't play the whole season, obviously. Played only about half the games, or just over half the games, I think. But I think he did enough to deserve the +1. I've decided to give him whipped pass plus, as that's what I think he's the best stat. And yeah, I don't think you can really argue with this card. He can't get up to 89 rated, in my opinion. Number 3, Martin Odegaard. I would actually, if I'm going to go back and do this, I'm going to give him a -2, but we'll keep him as just the 88. I think last season was poor. He was very quiet in most games. It seems like he's lost a bit of confidence, and I got rid of his incisive pass because I just really don't think that's his game, finding that pass. I think his job is to link up play from midfield to attack, or basically get the ball from the midfield and defense and give it off to Saka. That being said, though, with all those play styles, he'll probably still be decent enough on the game. I also downgraded his skill moves because I didn't see the 5-star skill moves for me. He's just a technical player. I don't think he's a skiller. We'll see how he does this season because, to be honest, he looks a little bit more lively. And at number 2 is Gabriel That is exactly how you pronounce his name. Anyway, he was very crucial for Arsenal last season on set pieces, defensively as well. I think he did enough to deserve a +2 upgrade. He is one of the best centre-backs in the world, and I'm sure you can guess who number 1 is, given that he hasn't come up yet. This card, unfortunately, though, I just don't see being good on the game next year, because 69 pace is it's just not the one. I actually think there was a point in time where I had Gabriel over Saliba, just because of his importance to the team on set pieces and all of that sort of thing. I'll keep him at 88 rated, which means William Saliba, I've gone all the way up at 89. Shit, I thought I put him at 88 as well. Okay. Well, I've put 89 here, but 88 or 89 is fine, guys. 88's also maybe more fine. Okay. My justification for him at 89 rated, I think at the time, was Van Dijk. I've got him at 90. I'll spoil the Liverpool video already. I've got him at 90 rated, and I don't think there should be a drop-off of 2 ratings to the next highest rated centre-back. Yeah, Saliba should be 88 rated, really. So I think he does deserve the upgrade, though. Second best centre-back in the world, in my opinion. Before this season, I was like, oh, Bastoni, Rudiger. Rudiger fell off, in my opinion, a little bit. Bastoni, I think Saliba's just better than him defensively. Bastoni's actually very good at building up forward, and going out into left back, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Saliba. I reckon this card will be the most expensive centre back on the game, even if he is only at 88 rated, because with those play styles, he's going to be incredible. 83 pace as well as a centre back is mental when you're that high rated. He's basically going to be a Van Dijk with a bit more pace. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think of the cards down below in the comments section. Hopefully you're looking forward to the new game just as much as I am. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.